everybody, and welcome to another Wonderful Wednesday video. We're so excited to have you here today, and we're going to be recapping all we looked at on Sunday. Now, do you remember the story we looked at on Sunday? It was a miracle that Jesus performed, and it was the only miracle in the Bible that's in all four books, all four Gospels. Do you remember? It was Jesus feeding the 5,000 people and more. And we were looking all about how God takes whatever we have and multiplies it. How God takes whatever little gift we have and he can use it for the greater good. So let's recap the story. There were once 5,000 tired and hungry and probably very grumpy people sitting on a hillside wanting their dinner. They'd come to hear Jesus that day. They came before breakfast, stayed all morning, all afternoon, and way past dinner. No one had meant to be out there that long, but that's how it was listening to Jesus, as if time didn't even exist. People could listen to Jesus for hours, and on this particular day, that's just what they did. But they hadn't brought enough food, and they couldn't just go and buy themselves a burger and fries, because of course they were in the middle of nowhere with no shops and no restaurants. Besides, that food wasn't even invented yet. What would they do? Jesus' friends had an idea. Aha! Let's send everybody home for dinner. They don't need to go, Jesus said. You can give them something to eat. Did Jesus want them to travel all the way to town and buy food for everyone? Jesus' friends panicked. But we don't have enough money. What food do you have? Jesus asked. Go and see. Now, there was a little boy in the crowd. He had brought a lunch that his mother had made for him that morning. He looked at his 5 loaves and 2 fish. It wasn't much, not nearly enough to feed 5,000, but it was all he had. I have some, he said. Jesus' friends laughed when they saw his little lunch. That's not nearly enough, they said. But they were wrong. Jesus knew it didn't matter how much the little boy had. God would make it enough, more than enough. Jesus said, "Bring me what you have." And so the little boy gave Jesus his lunch. Jesus winked at the little boy and whispered in his ear, "Watch." How in the world will Jesus feed everyone with just that? Jesus' friends said, because they thought it was impossible. But Jesus knew the one who had made all the fish in the oceans, and Jesus knew the one who in the very beginning of time made everything out of nothing. How hard would it be for something like this, for someone like that? Jesus took the little boy's lunch, looked up to heaven, and thanked his Father. Then Jesus gave the little lunch back to his friends. As Jesus' friends started to hand out the food, do you know what? It was the strangest thing. No matter how much they broke off, there was always more. And more. And more. Enough for 5,000. Everybody ate as much as they wanted. Second helpings, third helpings, even fourths, until they were full. And still there were leftovers. Well, Jesus did many miracles like this. things people couldn't think would happen, that weren't even natural. But it was the most natural thing in the whole world. It's what God had been doing from the beginning, of course. Taking the nothing and making it everything. Taking the emptiness and filling it up. Taking the darkness and making it light. How exciting is that? Jesus took only the 5 loaves of bread and 2 little fish that the boy had, and even when everyone laughed at him and said, "That's never going to be enough to feed all of these people," by Jesus creating a miracle, he took the little the boy had and multiplied it into more and more and more, so that he supplied for all the people there. And just like Jesus did that miracle in front of all of those people, Jesus can also work miracles in our life today. Now, let's have a think about some of the things we're good at, because God also gives us gifts. He makes us all special, all unique, and all different. We all have different skills, different mindsets, different unique talents. Have a think. What has God gifted you with? Maybe it's something really big. Maybe you're an amazing singer. Or maybe you're amazing at sports. Or maybe you're really good at gymnastics and dancing. But from this story, we know that it doesn't matter how big or how little your gift is. God can use whatever He has given you and turn it into something amazing. So maybe if you're really good at singing, God could use that to maybe use you on the worship team to worship God and to share His love with other people. Or maybe it's something smaller. Maybe you're just a very friendly, loving, kind person, and you might think, "Oh, that's not a very good gift, God. I can't do anything amazing on the stage." But actually, God could use your friendliness, your lovingness to make friends with other people and to show other people the love of God, and maybe even invite them to church. God can take whatever gifts that He has given us and turn them into something amazing. God will provide for us, even if there doesn't seem to be a way. God will make a way, because we have a God of miracles. And we actually have 2 promises that we've been looking at. Number 1, God loves me and you. And that just shows us how much He loves us and how much He will provide for us. And the second one is, God has a plan for my life. All these gifts, He knew these gifts before you were even born, and He has a special plan for you. And there's another promise we've been looking at. It starts like this, and we go, the best life is found when we choose to live for Jesus. I think this story here shows just how when we trust in Jesus, He can do amazing things in our lives, better than we can ever even imagine. Wow, I love that story, and I hope it's encouraged you to use the gifts that God has given you. See you next week, everyone. Bye.